Hello everyone, and you're so much welcome to Jibbyfemforte tutorial. I am still odurole mojibola, and today we're going to be discussing how do I cost my product, how do I ensure that I am actually making profit from my shoemaking business. Now, if you're just joining us for the first time, ensure that you press the subscription button and ensure that the notification button also you press so that each time I upload a video, you will be notified. I'm sure you want to know how you are supposed to cost your product so that you don't become a bureau de change. Even bureau de change makes a lot of money. Sit back and I'm gonna be right over. Yes, before I go into today's tutorial, I would like to announce my winner. Now, I told us some few weeks ago that I will be running a promotion where you're just going to create a 30 seconds video of whatever you have learned on Jibbyfemforte. I have been able to securely just choose one person. Yes, the reason is because you refuse. You refuse to participate. Probably you think I wasn't going to give the gift, and the person is Amaka Victory. I want you to quickly see what she did.
I want to say a very big thank you to Jibbyfemforte for being a blessing to me. All these and more are the things I learned from her. May God continue to bless you as you have become a blessing to me. Happy birthday in advance. I'm wishing you long life, prosperity, and may God bless you with all the good things that your heart has.
Yes, now, she wasn't the only person that presented, what she did, but others did not follow the protocol. Some actually sent a video, but they were not telling me what they thought they learned on my YouTube channel. Some people were presenting what they learned in my paid classes. No, I said what I taught on my YouTube channel. So in case you are disqualified, that could be the reason. Some of us send it to my Telegram, some of us send to my WhatsApp. No. I told us to tag me on on Instagram and on Facebook, which some of us did not actually do. So that could be the reason for your being disqualified. So let's get back into today's class. Yes, now the first thing that I'm going to be looking at is our cost price and our selling price. Now, I want you to understand that when it comes to shoemaking, your selling price is the price at which you are selling what you have produced, while your cost price is the production process, all those materials that you bought, the cost of actually buying them. That is your cost. That is your cost price. And the difference between your cost price and your selling price is what gives you the profit. Now, when you look at the cost price, I am going to try to divide the cost price into two. Now, into two. The reason is because there are some costs that are always reoccurring. They are always reoccurring. Some of us have a shop or a workshop we pay for. Some of us make use of generator that requires fuel. You also make use of your grinding machine. You make use of your sewing machine. Those ones are actually a running cost. It doesn't change. You can't create a footwear without having to actually make use of a workshop, for example, which is your rent. And if you are actually still working from home, I will suggest that you begin to propose that, if I was actually working, Lord God, and paying for a rent, this should be included in my cost. So that is what we call the running cost. So how do I go about my running cost? This is what I'm going to do. I will use our rent as an example, the basic example. All other things just follow the same process with that. Now, what do I do to my rent? Basically, what you do to your rent is this. In case your rent, for example, probably the workshop where you pay 120 per year. I'm just citing an example. I don't necessarily mean that's what you pay. Now, let's say you are paying 120,000 naira per year. Divide your 120 by 12, which means you're trying to simplify it into months. So you should know how much you pay per month. So with the understanding of what you pay per month, you are going to now divide whatever you pay per month by the number of days you work in a month. So if you don't work on Saturdays and on Sunday, so there's probability that you're just working 20 days in a month. So what you do is your rent per month, divide it by the number of days you work. That is what you do. Then that simplifies it into, it simplifies your rent into how much it is per the number of days you actually work. Now, with this analysis, we now understand how much per day is our rent. Now, what do I do next? You have to ensure that you know the number of products you can produce per day. Yes, it's very important. Now, from our analysis, you're going to find out that we have about 454 naira per day. Per day, yes, which is our rent per day. Now, if you're going to now go about it, the next question I think you should ask yourself is, how much footwear do I produce per day? Because now you cannot afford to be slothful in your business. Not slothful in business. Even the Bible says, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord and rejoicing with hope. So I want you to know that God is not even expecting us to be lazy with our business. Don't say because it's my business, I can do one pair and just sit down from morning till night. I will continue tomorrow. You are just changing yourself. Because at the end of the day, you find out that your running cost is higher than other people and you are selling lower than them. That is one of the basic challenges that we have in our businesses. So what am I saying? What am I saying? I'm just trying to let you know that, okay, if 455 naira, I rounded that up. Don't forget we started with 120,000. 120,000 divided by 12 will give us 10,000. 10,000 divided by, I assume, okay, it's 20 days that you work. If yours is 22 days, divide it by 22. That's 10,000 divided by 22. If yours is 10,000 divided by 20. So by the time I divided by 20, I got about 454 points. So I rounded it off to 455 naira per day. So if the more product I produce per day, the lesser my running cost. So you can't afford to sit on it and say, I'm just there. It's just one. Nobody. You can't. You dare not. Because now, when it comes to other people's business, you do it like, because you know you have to be paid. Why don't you do yours like that as well? Do yours like that as well. That's why some people wonder, oh, does this woman really sleep? I do sleep. But yet, I trust God that every of my hard work will transfer into what I cannot even explain. Transform into what I can't explain. So please, I'm not tutoring us to be slothful. I'm not tutoring us to be lazy. So even with all the ebooks, I want you to have a snappy production. With the ebook, what do? Just print and begin to cut. Before you know it, you are through with 3 products in a day. So for example, if it's 3 products you can produce in a day, divide your 455 by 3. It now means that's about 151 naira. It means that over every product, when you are trying to calculate the running cost, I mean the cost that the fixed cost, they are fixed costs, you have written that one down, 151 naira for rent. Write it somewhere. Now go to fuel. Sometimes you hear, oh, I did not deliver their job because there was no power supply. Kai! You better go and look for options. If you have to go somewhere to do it, you better go. Because the higher your production, the lesser your running cost. The lesser your running cost. So like I said, the lesser your running cost. Now this particular video, I know it was somebody that I was actually like, oh, I need you to work on this. I need you to help us with this video. And I am doing this with the whole of my heart. So please, I want you to make good use of it. I only did this to my paid classes. But while she was discussing with me yesterday, I just felt, okay, I should just release this to every other person to enjoy as well. These are things that we must know. Now, it's not restricted to only shoemaking. Every other business owner has to listen to this. Because sometimes we just believe, is it not just to buy? I bought it 500 naira. I should just sell it 1,000 naira. They did not even remember their reselling running cost. That's why at the end of the year, you have to borrow to pay for your rent. You have to borrow money to transport yourself to work on a daily basis for what? So what am I trying to say now? You must ensure that you find solutions. So if you're going to have I better pass my neighbor, like Nigerians, that was what we call the very small generator because of our inconsistent power supply. Get one. If you can't get it for now, you see, you have to go into that. That's where your savings and your profit comes in. In short, this course is a very wide one, but I'll try to judge it as much as I can in this particular video. Now, the next thing is, okay, now if you have to use fuel, when you have fuel option, you act as if, oh, I'm using fuel. You have to let it be a running cost, a fixed cost. I mean, let it be fixed. Because you know in Nigeria, except you are sure that where you stay, there is consistent power supply. If there is no consistent power supply, please ensure that fuel usage is part of your fixed running cost. It's important. So that the same way you calculated your rent is the way you are going to calculate it on the average. Oh, if I calculate it many times, the 500 naira fuel I bought used to spend like 5 days. Whatever way you want to use to calculate it per month, please do and divide it the same way I did the rent. The same way with your grinding machine. For example, in Abuja, if you go out to say you want to grind the edges, I mean filing machine like some of us call it, the grinding machine, you pay for it if you don't have. So if they are collecting, for example, 200 naira per pair, so when you want to do your own cost, in case you have your own grinding machine, what do? Include it as your own running cost. Include it as your running cost, because you are also going to be using grinding machine. Any day anything happen to it, you will repair. Where would the money come from? So if you are going out to use somebody's else grinding machine and they are paying, you are paying them for it, add it to your cost. Add it to your cost. That one will be a recurring cost for you. But for those of us who already have a grinding machine, it will be a fixed cost. As long there's no way you are not going to use it, except you just use your hand for everything. Of course, and you will spend a longer time doing that. So you need more time. So it's really a big deal. Yes, I've talked about the grinding machine. I think another thing that I think we should consider is our sewing machine too. If you have a sewing machine, when you sew outside, there is a price tag on it. So use that as a yardstick to calculate your own if you have a sewing machine and you are sewing yourself. If you are going out to sew, it's a recurring cost for you. If you have a sewing machine, it's a fixed cost for you. Make sure it is part of your running cost. So I'm just trying to highlight, even when it comes to your shoe lace, some people have to borrow shoe lace, some people have to rent shoe lace, and you have to pay for it. Use it as part of it. It should be part of it. And if it is NEPA, if it's a normal PHCN bill that you are working with, probably you have your own private meter. I want you to make sure that, Nigeria, recently we had an increase in the payments, in recharging, and even in postpaid. So you have to make sure that you calculate all those things on the average, do them, and know what it costs you per month, divide it by the number of products. I'm just trying to mention those things I want us to pay attention to. Please do it, and please give me responses in the comment section. This is what my recurring costs look like. This is what my fixed costs. Make sure you respond. This is the only way you can act and make profit. Whichever country you are, work on it the same way, and you will find out that you will be amazed that, now everything is getting organized. Now, after all of the running costs, then we can go to our recurring cost. To some people, sewing is a recurring cost because you are not sewing it yourself. To some people, grinding is a recurring cost because we are not grinding it ourselves. So I want you to be able to differentiate between all those things. So now let us now go to our whole recurring cost, Now, the materials you're going to be using is a recurring cost. Your material is a recurring cost, like your leather, like your fiber, like your, in short, as you know what, okay, you are using the buckle, okay, you are using gum, you are using everything, your Marco or EVA foam, your insole cardboard, everything. You have to ensure that you calculate the prices of each of them. That would be recurring, because the sole you are buying for a man, a foreign sole, for example, a TRP sole, for example, a PU sole, for example, is not the same price with our normal local rubber made sole in Nigeria. So the cost of you producing for a foreign sole is not the same thing for producing a locally made sole footwear. So those ones, you calculate them together, and at the end of the day, you add it to your running cost. I hope you understand that. Add all of that to your running cost. Your gum is part of it, and your contact adhesive is part of the calculation. So when you have done all of that, add all of the costs together. Yes, add them together. So now I want to believe that you have added them together. Now, if you have really been enjoying this particular video, please ensure you press the like button. I really need you to do that. And if you are just watching my channel for the first time, please subscribe to my channel and ensure that you press the notification bell, so that subsequently when I'm disseminating informations like this, you won't be missing out in any way. So please make sure you share it with others. I want you to know that this is not limited to shoemaking. So please do share this on your pages. So share it on your social media. That you will be helping somebody to know how to cost their product and not be running at loss. Now let's get back to it. Now I want to believe you have already added up all of your costs. Now you know what the cost is per product. For example, let's say you are working on a product. Now what I need you to do is your running cost, which is a fixed cost. Make sure that you have calculated that one. It's somewhere. Keep it somewhere. each time you produce a product, of course, I told us initially that the cost of a foreign PU sole is not the same thing with the cost of a locally made rubber sole here in Nigeria. So what do? At every point in time that you produce, calculate what you have used, the leather, the material, in short, calculate it. When you calculate it for that one pair, add the cost to the fixed or the running cost that you have calculated already. That one is fixed. There's nothing you can do about it. So you put it there. Don't forget, part of your recurring cost is your workmanship. Now, this is another thing entirely. When it comes to workmanship, you have options. It's either you include paying yourself salary, or you add your workmanship. Add your workmanship. Whatever you want to be charging, whatever you want to be paying yourself, add it. It's either you pay yourself salary or you add your workmanship. So those are the two options you have. If you are paying your salary, you know it's going to be a running cost. It's something that must be done every year. You have to do it monthly. So whatever you want to start with, if it is 3,000 you want to start paying yourself as a salary, you know you are not going to touch that thing. And that will take us to you running two different accounts. I know some of us will be challenged about, I have not even registered my business. How can I say I want to go and open a business account? Even if it is a savings account you want to open, just ensure that you tell the bank, please, I want to open an account. I don't want to withdraw. It's a savings account. Please, and I want it to be that the profit I'll be making over it is going to be the amount. It will be dependent on the amount I save per month. You understand? So that is another thing. I just try to explain that in another way. So it means you have two different accounts. Each time you pay yourself your salary, put it into your own personal account, and the other savings account, let the other go into it. Your business income, everything goes into that one. At least spending the time, you will be able to open an account for your business or register your business as well. So please, I want you to let me know in the comment section if you are really getting what I'm passing across. I really need your response with this, or else I will definitely have to try to quickly round this up, because it's really a serious matter as far as I am concerned for any businessman or woman. Now that you're already, we have sorted the aspect of, okay, it's either you choose workmanship. For example, some people, the way you can know what to charge yourself for workmanship is this. Now try to tell somebody you want to make shoe, probably a fellow footwear, a fellow shoemaker. Just go to them like, oh, you don't know anything, and you're like, oh, I will give you all the material, please. How much will you produce this particular footwear for me? Try to negotiate. If you are producing 5, how much are you going to produce 1 for me? You are the ones giving them the material. They are not the one buying. Just their workmanship. Use that to judge how much, at least on the average, you want to be paying yourself. Although you can't use their level for it, depends on everybody's level, please. It depends on people's level. There are some levels that you can't pay me 500 naira for workmanship. Yes, you can't pay me, I won't collect it. You can't pay me 500, I won't collect it. So if you can start with 300 naira as your own workmanship, so be it, just because of the level you are. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever the case may be, so if it is workmanship you want to be paying yourself, it means it has to be a recurring cost. If it's a salary, you have to calculate it and add it to your fixed cost, so that one will be permanently there. I hope you get what I'm trying to explain. I just hope we get. I just really need you to respond and let me know you get everything I'm explaining in this particular video. Now, let's move ahead. We now have our cost. Now, how do I calculate my profit? I'm sure you'll still be wondering, is there anything like profit? Yes. You know why there's profit. You have a running cost now. So now you have your cost total. I mean the running cost and the recurring cost. You have them now. How do I know what profit to put on it? Because everything you have calculated, there's no profit. If you employ somebody, won't you pay them for workmanship? You will pay them, so you must include workmanship in whatever you are doing, or you pay yourself salary as a person if you are the one producing it yourself. So what am I trying to say now? Now let's go into, okay, how do I go about the calculation? After you have added all your costs, ensure that you had profits, like I said earlier. The reason is because by the time you start manufacturing for other people to sell, what are you going to do? You have already taken your own your workmanship. So even if you're going to now share the profits with wholesalers, with retailers, it will be easy for you. But if you are not learned to pay yourself, or you have not learned to remove your workmanship, what is going to happen? You will just be working for people who are buying from you at wholesales.
they will go and sell it at another price. Retailers will sell it double. They will be making more money even than you manufacturers.
So now I believe that we are getting to a level where we now fully understand what we ought to do. So let's now look at it. Now that I have all my costs, what do I do? Now your profit is going to be at least 20 to 30% of your cost price. Now you have added your recurring and your fixed costs together. Now 30%, between 20 to 30% of that should be your profit. So when you finish your calculation, you'll find out that at the end of the day, the cost of producing this particular footwear is 1,500 naira. For example, excuse me on that. Now, if it's 1,500 naira, calculate 20 or 30%. Let it be between that range, between 20 to 30%. Let that be your profit. Yes, what does that mean? If your production cost at the end of the day, you're running, you're recurring, it's 1,500. 1,500 now multiply by, if you're using 20%, multiply by 20 all over 100. If that's the way you want to do it. If that's the way you want to do it. Sort it out and know what your profit is. So that profit is what you are going to now add to that to your cost, to that previous cost. You are going to add it to it. That will now be your selling price. So now that because by the time you had your profit, you had your profit, it has become the selling price. Yes, it has become your selling price, because your profit is your selling price is actually your profit. Your profit is your selling price minus your cost price. So 30% of your cost price is your selling price, between 20 to 30%. You can work within that range. I think that should be okay. That should be okay. That should be okay. Not forgetting that you have already paid yourself. Not forgetting that all the materials, how to maintain them, the cost is already inclusive. So you don't have any challenge paying your rent, because as you are producing every product, you are saving your rent into that saving account I said you should please go and open. Tell them you don't want a flat rate on your savings, so please don't go and even if I had 10,000 naira, they will give me 500 naira. Even if I had 20, no. The more I had money, the more profit. Somebody like me, I actually introduce my students into another kind of investment opportunity when it comes to their savings. So that one is meant for my classes. So please, I will advise you to join any of my classes. I really mean it. What I give is value. Trust me. If I can give us this, you don't know what it cost me to get all of this. But I trust God that you will be able to maximize this and you'll be able to transform your business. No more Bureau de change. Even Bureau de change is making a lot of money. So I want to believe that this has really helped. Yes, I know some of us are already wondering, this woman, you don't even understand. I'm a wife, oh. Before the money even land into my hand, one need in the house, I've already used it for heat. How will I save it? Hey, this savings is not going to. Now, I want you to know that it's discipline. Because immediately that money is saved, you can't touch it. It's as bad as that. So I try to challenge my students to use it. Now, if you don't have a filing machine, for example, what does it cost you? By the time you save all those little that is coming in, you can just take it in bulk. You have a target. When it is the price, carry it and go and buy the grinding machine. So before you know it, your cost of production, you have more profit on it, because your machines will not develop port just anyhow, except you are not maintaining it well. So I just want you to know that it takes discipline to grow a business. I am telling you the truth. I am a mother too, so I understand. Oh, I'm a man. Oh, how will the children eat if all we do is save? If you don't save for them, what is going to happen? How do you grow your business? How do you expand your business? In short, all of these things, I'm telling us, in short, I'm just trying to compress all of this in this one video. So I'm going to just stop here. I want to believe you have enjoyed today's tutorial. I want to so much believe you have enjoyed. Now you know how to go about your cost price. You know how to go about your selling price. If you're just watching me today for the first time, ensure that you subscribe to my channel, so that by the time I disseminate much more, I'm sure some of us will wonder what is getting me excited. I love it when I can actually ignite other people's passion. Thank you so much for watching today's tutorial once again. I want to say thank you. Ensure that you like this video. Please share it.
You will be saving somebody from actually running at lost. You'll be transforming somebody's life by sharing this video. So please ensure you share it with a friend. Ensure you share it in a group. Let them know that they can make profit. It doesn't have to be 1 million naira per day. Your 5 naira, your 50 naira is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So please keep saving it there. Keep putting it there. And at the end of the day, you'll be surprised how much you have made in 6 months. I had students who, after her savings, she took from the savings to come and pay for another class. I am not doing it for you to come and pay my class. I'm doing it for you to groom yourself and to expand your business. So, thank you so much. And I'll look forward to receiving your comments in the comment section. Please comment. I need your comments. Please don't just watch this video and go away. Make sure you like it. Make sure you comment. Tell me what you have learned. Let me know your recurring courses.
So let me know if you are still having any challenge when it comes to costing, when it comes to pricing in your business. Thank you so much for watching today's tutorial. See you next time. Bye.